good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And look at that surprised YouTuber face on that thumbnail, because guess what, folks? Apple had an event, and we're going to find out exactly what the went down. Hey, what's going on? Welcome to the show. My name is Jade. This is How to App on iOS. I hope you're all doing well. It's iPad Christmas, folks. If you've got $1 billion. So we're here to talk about what the absolute down last night at the Apple event. And it was a treat and a half. It was really cool. Well, it was a lot of expensive stuff that I can't really afford and don't really want until they acknowledged us. We exist as musicians. Oh, dear. Yeah, Pete was up very late last night. He put up his video as well. Poor old Pete needs a coffee. You all doing good? Let's just run through some things and let you know stuff is going on before we get into the nitty gritty. Welcome to our Wart Warriors. You can become a Wart Warrior by clicking the join button down below or the link that's provided if you're using an iOS device, because the join button don't work, does it? It doesn't appear on iOS devices. And $1 a month, you can become a Wart Warrior, get custom emojis and a whole lot of fun. Good stuff. See that? Our amazing moderator, Thomas Christ, has put the link right there for you if you'd like to join. Boom. Good stuff. What else? Oh, yeah, we're on a massive drive at the moment too. So if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. It will help. We only need 62 subscribers to reach 4,000. We are on the march to 4,000, and we're hoping to get there before June 3rd, which is the 4-year anniversary. How cool would that be? 4,000 subs, 4-year anniversary by June 3rd. So I know there's like 40% of you who aren't subscribed and watch this channel all the time. Naughty, naughty. So that would really help if you would do that. Help out a friend. Yeah, 62, that's all we need. That's pretty good, huh? Let's say hello to you all here. Alex is here. East Virginia studio. G'day, g'day. Thomas Christ, Jim Shannon, Hugh Caldwell, Pete Johns, what's going on? Peter Johns is in the house. It's like Christmas for us today with the Apple event. And, you know, hey, I saw some people writing stuff like, people are just going to get let down like they do all the time. So, like, it's all fun, man. You don't have to buy everything. It's all good. Most likely, you already have an iPad or an iPhone that is absolutely 100% capable enough to make great stuff. Right? So don't feel like, you know, like this guy here. Here's a Brad example. Now my iPad Pro M1 has a time limit on it. Quick, the time bomb's ticking, Brad. Quick, tick, 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 tick. Damn it. Now I've got to save for a new one. Going to take me a year to save up. Oh, shit. Brad, you've had that M1 for how long? You haven't even made any bloody music on it. What's going on? Make some music. You know, I love you, Brad, but Jesus, don't get sucked into the hype, my friends. You know, it's just another iPad. They all do great stuff. That's it at the end of the day. All right, we'll talk about the stuff. We'll talk about it. We'll get it. Leela's here as well. Leela had just a wonderful show just then where she, made some great video stuff. If you don't know about the Rise of Dark Leela, she goes before my show 3 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. If you're in the US or UK, you can catch her before this show. She makes stuff. Go and support her. Good stuff. Covered by CQ. What's going on? If you're watching and lurking, I see you, but I just don't know who you are, so it's all good. All right, we got 2 shows coming up, just so you know. This show's happening now, and then we're going to bounce over to my next show because it's really fun. We're taking a look at, on the next show, finally, NerdSynth dropped yesterday, and boy, oh boy, you're going to want to check it out because it's got my new presets. It's a free update, and all my new presets are in there. 13 horror sound effects that you can use in video games and movies or whatever you want, made especially for horror soundtracks and stuff like that. So that'll be up straight after this, And then after that show, we'll be dumping you over to Pete Johns. Boom. Because he'll be taking a look at the Apple stuff as well. No FOMO, just Joji, joy of joining in. Exactly. Unless they send you some gear, Pete, and then we'll all hate you. Hugh says, let me get off this screen here. I was given a free condenser mic today. Kiss your feet. Is that all right? Send any feet photos to Hugh Caldwell. You can find his email address in his YouTube channel. No, don't do that. That's weird. Michael Songs, hey, what's going on? Good to see you. Right, shall we jump in and have a look at what's going on? I won't take a look at app updates and stuff like that. We'll do that on the next show. We're just going to have to dive in. So now, if you're watching the what the went down at the Apple event for the first time here on my channel, I do things a little bit different than someone like, I don't know, Pete Johns or Patrick Baird, who released a great video already. Pete's already released a little video. I do things a little bit different. I like to take the piss out of the event, yeah, and have a little bit of a wink and a nod and a chuckle at how funny it all is, because it is a little bit funny, right? Here's these people in a building that looks like a spaceship telling us all this amazing shit we need to buy that could put us in the bankrupt, just so we can make some photos and stuff. It is all a little bit cultish, don't you think? So it is a cult, man. And I don't want to get, too far into the cult. I don't like cults, man. They're dangerous. So, we'll have a bit of a giggle about all this stuff, because if you take it too serious, you'll get brain rot, and we don't want any of that. So Apple, I think this is Apple's first major event for this year, and there was a lot of rumors, right? A lot of rumors. People say iPads. Brad likes the cult. You got to watch out for Brad. He's easily led, down the cult. He just bought a boat, by the way. Why am I telling everybody that? So this is their first major event for the year. And there's a lot of wackadoodle ideas out there. People were saying there was going to be like some foolish iPad Pro 13-inch. Oh, hang on, that happened. Oh, sorry? Oh, that happened. Oh, well, colour me purple. There you go. So if you're looking for an extra inch, that's what she said. You can get an extra inch now with your iPads. How cool is that? I'll go into why I think they did it, and it's not going to be fun, because I always think there's obviously a reason. They're not trying to give you more space, folks, to look at it. There's more reason than that. But we got new iPads, we got a new pencil, and then it came, and we're going to start with it today. Logic. Oh, wow. And there was this moment where I was like, what? I exist? Do I exist? Holy shit. Yes, Apple announced a new Logic update for their iOS devices and Mac, and it will be available this coming Monday. Very exciting times. So, and wow, man. As long as you've read the fine print, let's go straight to the fine print. I like going in reverse. So we'll scroll down to the bottom here. Where's the fine print? 1. M-series Apple Silicon is recommended when using session players on iPad. Ooh. M-series Apple Silicon is required, when using stem splitter on iPad and Mac. M-series Silicon is recommended when using Chroma Glow on iPad. And M-series Apple Silicon is required when using Chroma Glow on Mac. So there you go. You're going to need to have M-series chips to be able to use this stuff. But don't fret if you've got an M1, if you've got an M2, if you've got an M3 on the Mac, you're all good. So, but everything else before that, you probably will be able to use it, but I don't know if it'll be an option for you or it just will be really bad. They don't really say, but I think the required one is obviously you're going to need it for the stem splitting. But let's go into these things. Really, really cool. And newsflash, Tim Cook's legs are still bowed and spindly. Go and look. He's got chicken legs. All right, Logic Pro takes music making to the next level with, get this, AI. Now, this word was used a lot. And it was interesting because I'm so used to hear them not say AI. They normally talk about machine learning. Apple have always been very consistent with the term machine learning over AI. But here we are. It's quite relevant, actually, that they're talking about this because, I don't know, Suno, Udio, all this stuff that's going on at the moment with music creation. And here's something that AI looks like it's going to be useful for, because this is what we want. If you're going to add AI into software, make it so it helps me make music, not rip off music and scrape the internet to make generative music like that. Not that. I want to keep making music. I want to be encouraged to make music. So Apple unveiled the all-new Logic Pro for iPad 2. Now, it's not clear if this is going to be an actual new app or it will be updated. I expect that it will just be updated and have a new name, and just the name will change because they can do that. So it's for Logic and it's for iPad. It says here, delivering breakthrough professional experiences for songwriting, beat making, producing, mixing, powered by artificial and augmented artificial intelligence. So good stuff. Let's have a look at what the stuff is. So the first one is this Session Players, a personalized AI-driven backing band. And this is very exciting because this means hopefully coming in some future updates, this is setting the groundwork for some new guitar sounds and maybe a personalized backing session guitar player. Now that would be awesome, because one of the things that's been missing from GarageBand and Logic has been some updated guitar tones. Where guitarists said, we're desperately crying out, give us some guitar tones. So getting some bass, how low can you go, means that they're thinking about stringed instruments. So that's really cool. That gives me hope. So what is Session Players? Session Players offers groundbreaking experiences for creators by providing a personal AI-driven backing band that responds to feedback. So the drummer has been updated. The drummer has got some extra stuff. You can see here, you can add, so look at the little pictures here. We can get a good idea of what's happening. We've got some fill amounts, so different knobs. We've got swing, fill complexity. We've got the usual stuff. It looks like it's just had an updated interface. So that's nice, but there are apparently updates to the drummer. So that's nice because the drummer's been one of the best things in GarageBand and Logic for a really, really long time. For people who really aren't good at drums, it's fantastic for what it does for acoustic drums especially, and your electronic drums and all of that. But now we have this additional Session Players which work alongside, not only they work alongside the drums, they're going to understand what the drums are and play and change and move with this. So this is really, really exciting stuff. Not only that, there's a virtual bass player and a keyboard player. Oh, yes, man. Piano. So hopefully we get some really nice piano stuff in there that we can mix and match and create some really interesting piano. To me, this feels like, because not only that, they've added some new pianos and bass as well. We'll get to that. This looks like they're taking the idea of Scalar 2 and something like a piano tech with modeling and bringing it together all within Logic. Mint. Really nice stuff. And it is a free update, so that's really cool. And look, the bass stuff has been long overdue for some excitement. Hey, look, there it is. It's I have an idea. I have an idea, my friend. What's going on? He was up with me watching the announcement last night. So Bass Player was trained in collaboration with today's best bass players using advanced AI and sampling technologies. Users can choose from 8 different bass players. Ooh, I wonder if they got sexy names. Do they have sexy names? I don't think they do. So you can see a picture of it here. Look at this. It looks fancy, doesn't it? So it really looks cool. We've got playing style. So we've got a pick style selected here. So I'm gathering there would be finger style. We got last plate, so standard down. We've got muting, definition, the neck volume, the bridge volume, main volume, And yeah, looks like fun. Oh, very excited. Very excited. So we'll talk about what it says here as well. Users can choose 8 bass players and guide their performance with controls for complexity and intensity while leveraging advanced parameters for slides, mutes, dead notes, and pickup hits. Bass player can jam along with chord progressions, or users can choose from 100 bass player loops to draw new inspiration with chord track. User can define and edit the chord progressions to a song, and the virtual bass player will follow along perfectly. Plus the studio bass plugin, so that's the new bass in there, allows users to gain access to 6 new meticulously recorded instruments, bass instruments. Sexy times, bring it on, from acoustic to electric. So we're going to get a new acoustic stand-up bass. Yes, long overdue, because I don't know if you've noticed, when they brought the sounds over from GarageBand into Logic, and you go back and use some of those, like especially the acoustic stand-up bass, it's got this weird warbling sound. There's something wrong with it. I don't know if anyone else has noticed it. So this is hopefully going to fix that issue, and we're going to get back to having some nice bass tones, because a lot of the bass tones that are in Logic at the moment are the old GarageBand ones that you have to download when you install Logic. So this is long overdue. I say that because, wow, we're going to be getting up to a year of Logic, and not a lot has really happened, has it? You know? Keyboard player. Users can choose up to 4 different styles designed in cooperation with top studio musicians and made to accompany a wide variety of music genres. A keyboard player can play everything from simple block chords to chord voicing and extended harmony. Again, we are moving into scalar, and it's quite ironic because Scalar 2 is about to get an update. Scalar just dropped Scalar EQ yesterday. So I think Apple are really seeing things like, these apps to really help people out. Is this standard in current iPad Pros? I'm not sure. So this is going to work on all iPad Pros with M1. So there you go. So required, or, as I said before. What else? Users can select additional sound shaping options with the ability to adjust 3 microphone positions. So yeah, we're really getting into it. You can see here, this world, it looks like this is modeled. I would suggest this is modeled. And we've got a keyboard player up here. It says freely, complexity, intensity. We got left hand and right hand for playing. So the left hand can be for root note voicing and simple, and left hand, and the right hand can be full chords with medium movement, so you can control individual hands playing on the piano. Wow. I mean, I ain't seen anything like that separates the 2 hands. That's really, really neat. You've got fill amounts, fill complexity and swing, and your 8th note in there. Plus, here we go. You're definitely looking at kind of modeling stuff down here with Studio Grand, stereo mic A, stereo mic B, mono mic. So you've got your piano mic'd up in there. Neat stuff. Really neat. And I assume, too, you could probably use the AI to create a piano piece and then go in and modify it with them, because it's going to create MIDI, obviously, because Logic does that over GarageBand. All M series apparently, Jim, yeah. So session players will apparently work with older iPads, but the stem splitter is only for M. Sarcastic. Stem splitter. Let's talk about this. Goodbye, Moises. Right. Sorry, Moises. This is going to... All right. I love this one. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's hope it works. I have a lot of hope for this. Why? Because... So firstly, let me just talk about subscriptions. I'm subscribed to 2 apps that do song splitting. And this is already going to save me money, because I will cancel those subscriptions if this thing works really good. That is going to save me at least $25 a month, because I already pay for the subscription for Logic. Now, why do I have faith that stem splitting is going to be really good? Well, Pete's here, and he'll probably back me up on this. If anybody has ever used the music app, the Apple Music app on your iOS device, and hit the little karaoke button that removes vocals, it does a really, really good job. In fact, it does probably the best job I've ever seen for removing vocals from music, from real produced music. And it does it on the fly on the Apple Music app. So if they're using that same technology in here to split these songs up from a waveform, you're going to be able to hopefully really remove vocals in probably the best quality possible. Now, Apple like to throw around the word magic, and we all know that, I don't know, magic's not really, it doesn't really exist. And it's a big call. But they normally do come through with some things like this. So, yeah, we both used it. If you want to go back and watch my show where I sung, Pete did a show where he used Apple Music Karaoke and did a whole happy hour. And I did a Slayer show where I sung Slayer songs. And half those songs, I used the karaoke from the actual music in the Apple Music. And it was great. So, if they're using that tech, it's going to be good. So what is this? Stem splitter. Most musicians perform their best without pressure. So basically it is a splitter. It will split drums, bass, vocals, and other instruments from a mixed track. Why is this handy? Well, you may have a demo. You may have something old that you want to pull the drums from. You may find the perfect drum beat somewhere, but it's got backing to it, and you just want to steal that beat and use it for your song. Well, with this, you can pull that out. As it says here, though, powered by AI and M series silicon. This stem splitter is lightning fast. So yeah, you're going to need an M series chip to be able to do this. And you can see what it does there. Pretty much moises. So I'm excited because I'm going to save some money, and I have a good feeling it's going to do a good job. Fingers crossed, yeah, that what they say is working. That's one of the highlights for me, definitely. And then we have this thing. Not really sure what's going on with this. They're not very clear with it. It seems like it's a saturator, I guess. Chroma Glow models the sounds produced by a blend of the world's most revered studio hardware by leveraging AI. There it is again, AI. And the power of M-Series Apple Silicon. Users can dial in perfect tone with 5 different saturation styles to add ultra-realistic warmth, presence, and punch to any track. They can also choose from modern clean sounds, nostalgic vintage warmth, to more extreme styles that can be shaped and molded to taste. So yeah, looks like it's... can you notice anything else from this? So here it is. This is what it looks like. What's it got? It has like a preamp over here. We've got a style, so you can choose your colorful style. You can bypass past a certain hertz level, mix, level in. So it's a drive. It's definitely a drive app. I've got a low and high cut there, so that's nice. Did you notice anything else about this picture? Looks like... They've had some little UI updates there. They look nice, don't they? So these little graphics look so much nicer than what they currently have. I think the ones they currently have look pretty shitty. So I'm sure there's going to be like other updates within this. It would have to be. The other thing is, let's hope they fix that MIDI issue, that when you record MIDI in, the first note doesn't play properly and you've got to go in and edit it and move and draw it back. Because that's a bitch, man. That is a real pain in the ass. So, yes, everything powered by iPad and Macs since the introduction, blah, blah, blah. This stuff, all this new stuff is definitely going to work best on M-series iPads and Macs. And specifically, we have, what is it? So it was the stem splitter that is required. And the Chroma Glow is required. M series is required for the Mac. So there's all of that. The price ain't going up. Same price, subscription. I know, wah, subscription. But listen, I said this when it first came out. If it cost me $55 for the year, I've produced so much music with Logic since owning it. Like, yes, I'm going to pay it again next year. Bring it on. I don't give a shit if you're using it. Like, you're getting your value. Yeah. I cry more over other subscriptions, shitty subscriptions where it just does one thing, like remove background from photos, $10 a month. That's shitty, I reckon. Those subscriptions suck. But something like Logic, I don't know, man. You're getting a lot of use out of it. So I'm down. Very exciting stuff. So there we have it. This is due to come out on the 12th. It will be available to everybody to go and grab. So I'll be definitely doing a show on it. I think that drops here in Australia on my rant day, which is YML day, Pete, I think, here Monday for us. So there may not be a rant this week because I'll be doing a Logic show instead. What else dropped before we get to the iPads? Final Cut Pro is getting an update as well. Now, I subscribe to Final Cut Pro. I like it. I've done some shows on it. I think it's good. I think it fell a bit short when they released it because really disappointing that they didn't allow you to open projects from an external hard drive, especially when LumaFusion's been doing this for ages. So I think Apple dropped the ball with Final Cut when they released it because there's so much potential, but just a little thing like that, being able to drag your projects from an external hard drive was really disappointing, but they have added it here with this new version. And another thing too, I mean, this is, all right, let's not bullshit around. So the features that they've added, having multicam, being able to add multicam, a new app so you can like film from an iPhone and all that kind of stuff. This is stuff that LumaFusion's been doing for yonks. Like, this is already a thing. So they're a bit behind the game, this live multicam. LumaFusion's been on this. Final Cut Camera. So now there's a new app that you can use to film and go into the multicam view. So there's that. And they finally dropped, look, external project support. So now you can actually use an external hard drive. So not a lot. Plus, they really didn't talk too much about this because it's not coming out yet. It's actually got, so where is the date? I think the date, it says available in spring. So there's no official date for this, but yeah, it may as well like let you know. I'm sure there's going to be, what have we got? So any other updates here? I can't see anything. It looks like a bunch of small updates. But yeah, there's that. So we've covered that. Let's get to the meat. It is our halfway point of the show. Hello, Mark Bro. Good to see you. The camera app could be what pushes me over to FC. I can mount my iPhone. Yeah, so that is exciting. Very, very, that's a cool feature to have. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know. It's not that Final Cut is a terrible app, right? It's actually really good. It can do pretty much everything. It can do everything LumaFusion does. Now it will be able to. It's just different. So it's a whole new interface to learn. And we all know what it's like when you get a new interface. If you're used to something like LumaFusion, it's a bit hard to get into Final Cut. That's just what I found. It's incredibly powerful, so there's nothing wrong with it. It has far more transitions. Is it as good as, I don't know. See, I still like something like CapCut. I think CapCut is just, CapCut's got the best transitions. If only Final Cut and LumaFusion could like have a chat with CapCut and nab some of their transitions, because CapCut's transitions are just, they're unbeatable. They've got the best transitions going around, and CapCut is, you know, it's a good price too, and it works really well. I like CapCut a lot. You know, poor old Da Vinci got left behind a little bit. Didn't they? They released that thing. I did a show on it, and yeah, hasn't really done what people thought it was going to do. But it's a tough choice. CapCut, Final Cut, and LumaFusion. The one thing you can be assured of is that they're all really good. Like, you're going to make top-notch stuff, regardless of which one you choose. There are no sides. Don't, like, get sucked into, oh, you should use this one. You should use what makes you feel good, what you're used to, what you get the most pleasurable experience out of. That is always the most important thing. In relation to that, we are at our halfway point, and I need to run an ad and pay some bills. every day on the show. Halfway point, we run an ad so you don't get random ads at different times and miss something stupid that I'm saying. So we do it all at one point and then come back to you. So I'll run the ad if you'd like. To avoid the ad, just become a premium subscriber or just skip it and come back. The ad has been run. And while we're waiting to do that, let's run through a bunch of things that are happening here on the channel. So today, after this show, directly after this show, I'll dump you over. We're taking a look at my preset pack in NerdSynth. So that's coming up next. And after that will be Pete Johns. Then I think we're taking a look at something. What are we taking a look at? We're taking a look at this. Relic Waves, not the one I had up yesterday, which was foolish. Relic Waves the day after, before Thomas Christ You Rock. And the creator interview series is back also this week with Russ8889. He is coming on the show. And look at him with his little do what makes you, make mistakes make you better cup. Go Russ. So Russ is coming on for a show. Boom. Did I say Relic Waves? Which one did I put up? Oh, Relic Flow. Yeah, Relic Flow. See, I had Relic Waves up yesterday and today, and we're actually doing Relic Flow. So I've got to delete the Relic Waves one. See, I had the wrong show up yesterday because I'm a numpty. Let's delete that now. All right. And the day after, we're taking a look at this MI3 baseline. So this is, again, what's happening. Plus, this week is Mother's Day. So the opening hour, I'm singing Mother's Day songs for all your mums. All you motherfuckers out there. This show, huh? Just, yeah. All right, let's get back. Because guess what? Apple released some other stuff too. I don't know if you know this, but they released some other stuff. Pete says, LumaFusion works for me. It's great. Yeah. It is. It's fantastic. Use what works for you. Superimpose V's rad as well. Video Leap, CapCut. There's so many great options. We're so lucky to have all this stuff, aren't we? All right. Shall we jump over? Because there was an event. And look at that. They talked about some things. And the things were, if we go to the store here, iPads. So they kicked off with the iPad Air, and can I order now? I want to find out more info. Tell us about this thing. Where do I go for the page? I've got to go over here. Here we go. iPad Air. So we got updated iPad Airs, and let's see, I'm going to try and sum this up as quick as I can. This is basically a iPad Pro 2022 with 8 gig. There you go. That's it. That's an iPad Pro 2022 with 8 gig. That's virtually it. They've moved the camera, which sucks because, like, all right, let me just say, really frustrating. They moved the camera back in 2022 for the really cheap iPad, and they didn't do it for the Pro, and that was just the dumbest decision they could have done. Why would you do that for the lowest entry and then not do it for the people who are paying like what I paid for my iPad, $3,200? Anyway, so now they've moved the camera for all the iPads. So the camera now is on the side, yeah? Which it makes so much sense. It's just amazing that it took so long for them to do this. So look, an iPad Air is a really good option if you're looking for something with an M2 chip. So that they have M2 chips in them now. You're not, honestly, you don't need anything more. An M1 is absolutely amazing. It really is amazing. So if you're freaking out over that stuff, yeah, don't. So, 2 sizes. They have upped the size. So we have the 11-inch and now 13. So they added an extra inch. All right. Let's just do my rant now. Shall we do it now? Why did they add an extra inch? Do you think it was because they really want you to have an extra inch of screen size? Or do you really think it was because they need to sell more Magic keyboards? because now there's a new Magic Keyboard and the 12.9s won't fit on it. That's my theory, okay? Because those Magic Keyboards are worth a fair bit of dosh. They're not cheap. I have one, and they updated those as well with function keys and a new light-up touchpad and stuff like that. But it seems like, of course, accessories are the way to go, right? So it just means everyone's going to want the new thing with the new thing to go with the other new thing. So 2 new sizes. That's cool. An extra inch. Everyone likes an extra inch unless you work in a brothel. Oh, I hit the wrong button. All right, so 13-inch iPad, M2 for all of the iPad Airs. 4 colors for the Airs. It's like a blue, a gold, the black, and a silver. So they are the 4 colors that you can get. I'm basically running through this super quick because, you know, it is what it is. Apple Pencil. Let's talk about it. Apple Pencil. All right. So we'll talk about the RAM on this because conveniently they don't tell you how much RAM is in the iPad Airs. I wonder why that is. Would that be because there's only 8 gig in it? I reckon that's why, or possibly less. Who knows? The Apple Pencil has been updated. Ooh. And I will be getting one. I have an Apple Pencil too. I do love it. The one thing I will be getting is a brand new Apple Pencil. I can move this to my other iPad. I'm excited about it. It looks like it does some great stuff like the pinching. And so it's got some really cool little features. You can actually pinch down here to do some options, bring up some options on your iPad. It's got Find My as well. So that's really cool. I'm super excited about the pencil because I do use mine a fair bit. Magic Keyboard, here we go. Look at this, the Magic Keyboard. Shall we look at the pencil while we're here before we get to the iPad Pro? Let's scooch to the pencil and we'll go back. So, the pencil. What does it do? What's the stuff? So it's compatible with all. So the new one is compatible with all M2 chips. So M2 and M4 only. All right, so anything under M2 is not going to, the new pencil is not going to work with. It says it right there, compatible with these iPads. But yes, so M2s are going to be fine. So is it not actually going to work with M2 iPad Pro? That means I can't get it. Is that true? I thought it actually worked. I'm going to scroll to the bottom, see what that says. So, where do we find that info? I should have looked into this beforehand. Apple Pencil Pro. Haptic feedback. Find My. Squeeze. Barrel roll. Double tap to change tools. Supports pencil hover, wireless pairing and charging, attaches magnetically, pressure sensitivity, tilt sensitivity, low latency, pixel perfect precision, but compatible with iPad Pro 12. All right, so it does work. So it is compatible with, this is the first generation, sorry. So first generation, compatible with those. Second generation, USB-C is compatible with these. I'm guessing that's the one I have. And the new one is not compatible, I guess, with my new iPad. Or is it? Second generation. Oh, this is it here. Is this it? No, that's Apple Pencil second generation. Damn. That sucks. And this is the new one. I'm guessing Pro, which is not compatible with my iPad. Fantastic. So how weird is that a choice? Because it works with the iPad Air M2, but not with the iPad Pro M2. Sucky. Wow. Looks like I'm not getting a new one of these. But yeah, there's the pencil. So I'm completely deflated now. Fuck you, Apple. That's a shit choice. Here's the keyboard. Let's look at the keyboard. It is lame. I didn't realize that. That's terrible. That's really shit. Thanks, Tim Cook. So here's the keyboard. They've added the function keys up the top, which, God, everybody bitched about that, didn't they? Everybody lost their shit about the function keys on the first one. Compatible with the new iPads only, these keyboards, obviously. And there is a Magic Keyboard 4. So they're selling this is weird. So they're selling the old Magic Keyboard and recommending it for the iPad M2 13-inch. How's that going to fit on? Hang on a minute. How does that work? Because my 12 point, what? I'm confused. I'm so confused. This is the original Magic Keyboard. This is the new one. But only the iPad Pros are going to work with the new one. And the 13-inch is going to fit apparently on this one. Okay. And the Folio one's still around. Oh, that's interesting. That's going to be interesting to go into an Apple store and trying out a 13-inch iPad Air on a Magic Keyboard, first gen, that is made for a 12.9. I don't know. I'm a bit lost for words. There you go. So let's bounce back over to iPads and look at the iPad Pro. Here it is. It's very thin. Hey, Ed. Hello, Many Vibes. It's very, very thin. Hello, Pascal. It's very thin. In fact, it's almost half as thin as the current iPad Pro. It's super thin. Super, super thin. We'll talk about prices in a minute. So there it is. 5.1 millimeters. It has this new Ultra Retina XDR, which is double OLED, two OLEDs slapped together to be amazing, apparently. How good's that? So the iPad Pencil Pro works for this. Here's the Magic Keyboard. Let's look a little bit more. So it's super thin. Here's my concern. Obviously, you're going to have people like doing the brake test and bending it, and it's going to bend so easily. It's going to bend like shit. It always does. They always do. They bend really easily. So there's that. Here's my concern. I have an iPad. Here it is. I have an iPad Pro 2022, 1 terabyte, 16 gig of RAM. Lovely. It really gets hot when I'm doing a lot of stuff, especially when it is hot, when it's summer, in a room that's warm. It really does get hot. And now we're at the point where people are selling all these cooling items to strap on their back. You've seen them probably everywhere now. These little things that hook on and they cool the back of it. Obviously, there's not a lot of room in iPads, and they don't have fans. And the more they up the quality of the chips and put more resistors and thousands of more resistors in there, and it gets smaller and smaller, it's going to generate more heat. Where's that heat going to go? Now, I know they talked about with the new iPad, this brand new iPad Pro, there's more. They've worked on the thermal stuff, the thermal block for spreading and all this kind of stuff. But I hope they really tested it, because with the iPad Pro 2022 gets fucking hot, man. And it freaks out when using a lot of stuff. So where's all this heat going to go? I know Apple throw around the word magic all the time, but they're not magical. Let's just cut through the shit. So, yeah, it's thin. Where's all that heat going? Here's the display. The displays are amazing. You can't deny. Do we need to have Ultra Retina XDR with double OLED technology? Probably not, but I bet it looks fucking awesome. So that's great. 1,000 nits, full screen brightness, HDR brightness, 1,600 nits, true tone, blacks are blacker, all that great stuff. Yeah, 120 hertz refresh rate. Lovely. Video games are going to be great. Yeah, new Assassin's Creed, all this kind of stuff. So that's great. The M4 is super fast, 4 times faster than the M2, 1.5 faster CPU than the M2. So again, it's a speed update. But remember, what we already have, most people aren't using it to the max. I know, but hardly anybody is really using the iPad, the latest iPad Pro to the maximum. So, you know, that's the thing. That's what you've got to ask. Are you really pushing it to its limits where it's slowing down and melting down? And so, you know, it's a lot of money that you're going to pay for this stuff. You know, the apps are great. The keyboard's great. Obviously, the pencil only fucking works with the new iPad. Pretty disappointed. New keyboard. I'm not going to, you know, I'm not doing a full deep dive on this stuff today. Camera. This was a really weird one because they hardly talked about anything about cameras. And, you know, normally the cameras, big wank fest. Everyone like, oh, the camera does this. They didn't talk anything about cameras. 12 megapixel wide camera, so same cameras it looks like on the back. They've just moved the front camera around. Obviously, they showed some stuff with Procreate and the pencil. Looks great. So, do you need this? No, you don't need any of this stuff. But if somebody threw 10 grand at me, maybe I'd go and buy it. But I'll tell you what I would buy before that. I'd buy a new streaming laptop because that's more important to me. I already have a good iPad. Let's talk about prices, shall we? Because I love this part. We're going to max out some prices, shall we? Let's do it. We are going to go to the iPad. We're going to order one. Yeah, let's order one. Now, I'm on the American website at the moment, so we'll do that first. 11-inch from $9.99. 13-inch from $12.99. Of course, I'm going to buy the 13-inch, so let's grab that. We want to go black. 2 colors only for the iPad Pro too. Pick a black one. All right. Now, interesting here. Doesn't say anything about RAM. Where's the RAM? I see 512 gig. So the base models start at a higher amount of gig too, so that's nice. 256, 512, 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte. Where's the RAM? Well, you got to click this, that's why. So nothing has changed, all right? The RAM, still 8 gig for 256 up to 512, and still 16 gig for 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte. Now, if you were sitting here going, I really hope they're going to give us 32 gig of RAM, not going to happen. Why? It's thin, man. Where's the heat going to go for a 32 RAM iPad? Where's it going to go? Like, it's not. That's the thing. Are they going to be able to push it any further? I don't know. Apparently they're magical. So there's that. We'll pick let's max it, the 2 terabyte. Oh, I forgot about this too. They've got nano texture glass. So you can actually maybe see your iPad when you're outside. That's cool. Should we get the nano texture glass for $100 extra? So it's only on 1 terabyte and 2 terabyte storage that you can get the nano texture glass. Let's do it. We're just going to go Wi-Fi. No engraving. Do we want an Apple Pen? No pencil. We know how much. The pencil's $129. No keyboard. $349 keyboard. No trade-in. $2,399. There you go. So that's maxed out. And the iPad Pro US. We'll quickly do a do an iPad Air. See the difference? We'll max this shit out. I love doing this. It's good fun looking at stuff I can't afford. 13-inch, of course. Let's go blue. Now, where's the RAM? Let's talk about the RAM. Because when you click on this, guess what? It doesn't tell you about the RAM. There's no mention of RAM for the iPad Air. Nothing. So guess what that means, folks? That means you're getting 8 gig regardless of whatever device I would expect. Yeah, 8 gig of RAM, no matter what you get. So we'll do the terabyte. No 2 terabyte for this. Wi-Fi, no engraving, no Apple Pencil, no keyboard, no trade-in. $1,299. So that's not too bad. You're basically getting the current iPad Pro I have here Very, very similar, except no 16 gig. So 1 terabyte. So it's virtually that, but only 8 gig of RAM. That's not too bad. That's a really good option. The iPad Air is a very, very good option, I think. You know. So that's US prices. Now let me take you down a walk of living in Australia. Are you ready to grab onto your ankles, folks? Then we'll play our featured artist and get the fuck out of here. Here's the Australia website. Let's buy an iPad in Australia. iPad Pro, 13-inch, black, 2 terabyte. Oh, my God. Nano texture glass, Wi-Fi, no engraving, no Apple Pencil, no keyboard, no trade-in. $4,129. Fucking hell. That's a car, mate. Jesus Christ. Does it make dinner as well? Anyway, that's a lot of bananas. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at the iPad Air here in Australia as well. That's a lot of bananas. And remember, we got another show following this straight after this, taking a look at the Nerd Synth presets that I've just made, and they have been added for free. No pencil, no keyboard, no trading. So an iPad Air for me, double the price, guys. The same, we just looked at this, the 13 maxed out, $2,179 in Australia. So pretty much double the price of what you would pay in the US. But take into account too our wages and the way we're taxed and stuff. It's not that huge. All right, there you go. So there's the stuff. Pete Johns is up in about an hour's time, and he's going to probably do a little bit more of an in-depth look without, I don't know, taking so much of the piss. My take, Logic, wicked. Thank you for Logic. Really excited about that. Do you need to update to these iPads? Hey, if you don't have an M iPad, sure. Now's the time. Stupid question. There are no stupid questions unless it's a stupid question, many vibes. I need a laptop that does everything that is iOS and takes apps that all cover. No, you don't need a laptop. You just need an iPad. That's all you need, an iPad. It depends on what you're doing, you know. A lot of the time, Mac's starting to be able to use iPad apps as well too, so that's a whole nother discussion. I would watch Pete's show. Pete's a lot more in-depth with this stuff, aren't you, Pete? I'm just a plonker. Look, I reckon they added the 13-inch just to make another Magic Keyboard. That's a real bummer about the Magic, the Pencil Pro. That's a real bummer. That's sucks. I have no intention of updating this beauty here. I love it. I bought it. This cost me $3,200 last year. Hang on, 2022? Yeah. I've still got a few more years out of this. I'm quite happy with this. I'll wait. So, yeah. But, hey, if you don't have an M1 and you want to move up to that, there's definitely a lot of options. Plus, remember, the secondhand market will be huge. There'll be people offloading a whole bunch of stuff. So look into that too. And Apple will have refurbs and all that kind of stuff. So you're not limited to just all this fancy new stuff. Anyway, let's get out of here and play our featured artist. And then I'll be starting another show directly after. And that featured artist is, of course, our lovely moderator here, Thomas Christ. And he has done a remix of a Pete Johns track that I play drums on. So how inbred is this? So Thomas Christ has done work in progress called Further Progress Remix. This is Pete Johns' track. We're all involved in this. Let's play this and get out of here, and I'll be back in about 5 minutes' time with another show leading into Pete's, taking a look at Nerd Synth. I'll dump you over there. Good stuff. Let's go. Thomas, Christ, work in progress, further progress. Mix, remember, do the things that make you happy, mistakes make you better, and we'll all rise together. Let's jaboom.
Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Nobody's knowing all they can. Not everything will go to plan. You might be set up, or you might get fed up. Maybe just need a helping hand. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. We all have doubts and things to know and learn about. That we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. When everything just feels so hard, you need to strive and you'll go far. It's hard to grow up, but if you show up, you'll shine and they'll see what you are. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. Cause we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. The shame and pain you feel inside, perfectionist is why you hide. Trust in yourself and you will see you're not alone. Because we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got it figured out. With what we know, we all have time and room to grow. Yes, we're all just a work in progress. Nobody's got